Hello Flosstube! My name is Natalia and this is my channel Official Mermaid's Cove, where I talk about my cross-stitch hobby and all the related stitchy goodness therein. In this video I'm going to go ahead and film my first WIP parade. It's not the end of March. I know I had said I was going to do this every quarter, at the end of the quarter, but I'm not planning on starting anything new for March. So I'm going to go ahead and show you every WIP that I have currently in progress. From the first one that I started to my new starts that I started last month. The first one, my oldest WIP so far, this is Angel of Elegance. It's a gold dimensions chart. I had found this thrifted for $3. That sounds so insane. Look at it, still has the Hobby Lobby sticker of almost $30 and I got it for $3. That was so long ago. I can 100% guarantee you that the store that I found this one at will not be listing anything like that for that price today. So I started this one on December 27th, 2021. I don't have a stitch count for it. There's a paper chart. This is as far as I've gotten. I've started on one of her arms, on the sleeve, her coat, her cape, cloak, and that's it. This is stitched on, what does it say? '18 count white Aida. But it is stitched 2/1. Yep, 2/1 18 count white Aida. So that is my oldest WIP. Strangely enough, I keep this one at work. I think I started it around Christmas time at work, and because it's on Aida, it's going to be easier to stitch with, but I haven't really been putting a lot of progress in. You know, it's one of those seasonal stitches that I don't feel the drive to work on all the time, but I definitely want to finish it eventually, right? The next WIP I've shown on my Flosstube before. Here this is. It's one of my Gecko Rouge charts. This is Dracaris. Artwork is by Dalen Ogden. I started this one in August of 21 in 2022. I think I started this one the day the first episode came out for the House of Dragons. I'm up to 25%. This is the biggest chart I've ever started on. It's over 224,000 stitches. I will eventually finish it, but it's not. This one's going to take me a few years. It's already been a couple years. A few years? 2022? Yeah, it's been a few years. The next WIP is another one that I've shown before. My other Gecko Rouge kit. Yin Yang Dragons. Artwork is by Jonas Jadek. I feel like I butcher that every time I say it. Used to go by JoJo's Art. I think they switched over to searching for him by full name. This is where I'm at with this one. I think I'm at 30%. I'm not going to take it out the Q-snap, but this is where I'm at so far. I started it on 1/1. Sorry, both this one and the other one that I showed you are stitched on 28 count gridded even weave. That one I'm stitching 2/1 tent. This one I'm stitching, I started 1/1 full cross and then I switched over to 2/1 tent. I think I like that a lot better. I also tried parking with this piece, didn't last long. I think I'm much more of a cross crunchy stitcher, no parking, finishing off my threads as much as possible. And I started this one in March 19th, 2023. So last year. That one I'm hoping to finish soon. I don't know. I'm aiming for at least by the end of this year. We'll see if I get there. I'm trying to do maybe 15% every month. So maybe if I keep that up, I'll eventually get to a finish. The other one that I started working on, this is not... So I thrifted this. I found this as an already started project with just the project in the chart. And I think when I first got it, most of this was already stitched. part of this was stitched. I don't think this part was stitched. I think I stitched that in. And his pants. So like a lot of this was already stitched. This is Sky Hunter. Here's the chart. It was printed by Color Charts. Artwork is by Richard Luce. This one, I actually started working on it. Obviously, I did not start it because it was already started, but I started working on it after I thrifted it on June 12th of last year, 2023. No plans to finish anytime soon. My husband liked this, so I will eventually get it done and give it to him, but I'm not on a timeline with that. The next chart that I have, I started as a birthday start. Oh, it's over here. Sorry for all the bing. Okay, this one. I could take it out of the Q-snap, but I don't know. For some reason, I have one side missing from my Q-snap. I wonder if I had to Frankenstein another hoop. I mean, no, it's in here. I don't know why I took it off. But this is my Mermaid of the Pearls. I do not have the chart in here. Well, that is not helpful. But it's a Mirabilia. I started this as a birthday start. Here are all the colors. I started this on June 27th, 2024. This has like 800 stitches in it, so it's about like 5% in. I dyed this Ada. It's a 16 count Ada, I believe. It looks like it's a 16 count. I tried spray painting this with some fabric spray paint, and it has closed off some of the holes. So it's made it a little difficult to stitch on at times. So I'm thinking that's why I haven't gotten the progress that I would like to see, because I love stitching mermaids. I mean, my channel name is called Official Mermaids Cove. But I'm at a standstill with this one. I do want to finish it on this fabric. It's really nice. The spray paint helped give it some shimmer. And it, you know, I love how the fabric turned out. You know, it looks very under the sea. I'll have to decide how I'm gonna tackle this one. See if I can switch up the strategy I'm using. But so far we're here. This is like part of her fin going up into the tail. Her body's up here, and there's like a big swath of pearls that she's has in her hands. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. The other WIP I have is one that I bought last year. I started this as an Advent start from the Cross Stitch Studio. It is called I Tried. I do not have a picture for this one. I might see if I get my husband's help to, he's been my editor. Ooh, I have the needle in the project. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, because I don't know that it's gonna stay there for long, but this is as far as I've gotten. It's got like the Grinch, and then like naughty, nice, and then I tried, and it's got the I tried checkbox here. So I just started in this towards the center of the pattern. I think I only got very few metal stitches. This was just an Advent start. Started this on December 25th. It's like 155, so it's less, about like half a percentage of the full chart. I really like working on this. This is really nice. I'm working it in hand. I'm stitching this on 28 count MGC Textiles fabric in oatmeal. It's been really nice to stitch in hand, so I'm actually going to try to stitch this whole project in hand. So I'm thinking maybe I get some of the fairies done. I can take this to work and work on it, because it's not a difficult chart. It's not difficult to see the holes for me. I have heard that MGC Textiles, some of their fabric is not actually even weave, but so far, I mean, I like the way that the E looks, so if there is a bit of a warp to it, I think we'll be okay. My husband loves the Grinch. He loves it so very much, so this is probably not going to stay with me when I finally get it finished. It's probably going to end up disappearing. I think I made it big enough to make like a huge, I might finish this into like a huge cushion, and he will probably have that in somewhere stashed away. He might just leave it in the living room all year round. I would not be surprised. So that is the next WIP. I started that one. Yeah, I said that I started it on December 25th last year. My next WIP is, I'm keeping it in here. This, since I have it, is so pretty. I bought this when I went to Color and Cotton. I went to their store. And they have a line, Straight from the Heart by Sue. And she makes these. They have a lot of different ones. She has project bags too that they have in the store. I really like them. So I'm keeping this project in here. This is Sweet Summertime. A Time for All Seasons by the Cottage Garden Sampler. I have the chart. Where do I have the chart? Right here. So it's going to be a nice rooster. I was going to give this to my dad when I was done. This is stitched on 36 count linen called, I can show you the card right there. It's Be Stitch Me fabric. Fula Morte. It's beautiful. This is so beautiful. Look at that. It looks like my rooster is going to be backdropped up against the sunrise. I love it so very much. You can just imagine roosters coming out to crow in the morning. I'm planning to give this to my dad. I might change, this is an American flag right here. I'm probably going to change that for a Puerto Rican flag. I haven't decided how I'm going to change the charting yet, but that's the plan. And I don't know if I'm going to add Puerto Rico, you know, in cursive letters somewhere on here. We'll see. We'll see how I end up. I just barely got a start. I started right there. Oh, this is not a big chart. So I'm actually only gonna, I remember now, I'm only gonna end up using half of this fabric. So I'm gonna have this left over when I finish. So I will be, I'll have something else to stitch on. Maybe 2 smalls. I have some smaller charts that I just never pull out because in my mind, go big or go home all the time. You ever have that problem? Where you want to start all these big projects and you don't space it out for yourself? But that's where I'm at with this. Again, paper chart. I can. There's another one that I bought from this series. It was the bunny. I cannot remember the title. I'm wondering, let me see if they... No, they don't have like a list of all the ones. But it was a bunny holding a basket of flowers or carrying flowers, bag of flowers, something like that. And I was able to get that into Powder Keeper. I haven't put this into Powder Keeper as yet because I'm not focusing on this as a finish yet. I might stitch on it more during the summer though because it is a summertime pattern. I bought this at Stitch Me along with the fabric and the hand-dyed threads. The Simply Shaker Gentle Art threads. So, looking forward to working on that. Do you guys hear that car alarm going off? I don't know what's going on. So, I started this one December 26th as an advent start. My next WIP is a lot of flower fairies. These are the 4 that I have left of the kits that my sister found for me and gifted to me. I'm just going to go by order of start. So I started this one first. Out of all of them, I really love this one. I think this one might be my favorite. I love the, you know, shape of the flowers and the position of the fairy. She just looks so pretty. This is the White Bindweed Fairy. I don't know if I said that right. Number 5502, Designs for the Needle Kit, based off of the Flower Fairies series artwork by Cicely Mary Barker. Mary Rose at Blitz Stitch Corner has done a video on Cicely Mary Barker and her artwork, and she actually did a cross-stitch project on the Rose Fairy, and she talks a lot about that artist and the background. I would recommend going and watching that video. But shortly after seeing her video, my sister sent me these, so it's just like serendipity. You know, it's just like the timing worked out perfectly, and I got 8 of these charts. 4 I've already finished, so these are the ones that I'm working on now. This one I had started on December 27th. It's stitched on, this is a kit, so it came with everything. It's stitched on 14 count Aida. I got a small start on this. I only stitched on it for 1 day. Yeah, here we go. So I'm only up to here. I am concerned. Why do I only have 1 needle? Do I only need 1 needle? No. I guess I'll grab another needle from the other kits. But this is, as far as I've gotten, I did some cross stitching here and some on this flower. She still has a little bit to go. There's going to be some specialty stitching here. I'm trying to look on the chart. Okay. You outline some of the veins and the leaves here. You stitch this flower completely. You stitch some of this flower. Yeah, I stitched some of this already. Back stitching here, back stitch the wings, and then her dress. I have not started on her dress as of yet. I can show you the back. Yeah, that's all I've stitched, if you can see that. It's just this section right here for the flower, and then these 2 sections. Sometimes on my Instagram, I'll actually post the back so you can actually tell which parts of the printed background are actually stitched and which are not. So that's where I'm at with her. I'm obviously not tracking the percentage on this one. I don't know the percentage. I did try to track my stitch count just to see how many stitches I was able to get on each of them. This might not be an accurate stitch count, but I have it down for this one as 357 stitches. The next flower fairy is this one, the Zinnia fairy, number 5509. Pull out, I'll just have them here in the back. So you can see back here, I just stitched some green up here, down here, and some of the pink. So this is the pink petal skirt she's wearing. I stitched on that. I started stitching on the flower up here. I have this leaf stitched, and then the leaf that she's standing on, I have that stitched too. That's all I have so far. There'll be stitching here on this flower, back stitching her wings. I'll be doing some specialty stitches for her headband here, specialty stitches for her bodice, and stitching the stems and this flower and the stems, not the stems, the middle of this flower. I'm going back to biology in like elementary school where they're like, this is the stamen, this is the, etc., etc. So that's where we're at with the Zinnia fairy. I started her December 28th and I got 259 stitches on her. This is, the next one is the Yarrow fairy. Maybe I should start pulling these out before I show them, so I don't have to take them back out. This is the Yarrow fairy, number 5503. This is where I'm at. I only stitched part of the bottom here. This is another one where the background is stitched. The Forget-Me-Not fairy was like that, where the bottom was stitched. So I got a good bit of this stitched here, and some of this will be stitched. I got this part stitched here, and then I still got this part to cross stitch. And then there will be specialty stitching to stitch this plant here. Looks like she has maybe some outlining on her dress, but there's not as much stitching on her dress as some of the other kits. And then of course back stitching the wings, and then a lot of French knots for the flowers up here, and maybe some back stitching for the plants in the background. So I started this one on December 28th and I only got 163 stitches. I've been taking these to work and working on them. They're pretty easy to work on because it's 14 count Aida, and so it's been nice. So maybe I'll get more finishes this month. The last one that I started is the last flower fairy that I have of the series. It's number 5504, the Michaelmas Daisy fairy. And I did it again. I didn't pull it out. Very pretty. Love the purple. I like purple. In case you can tell by my table and the pins I was talking about in some of my earlier videos. Not all of these flowers are stitched. So far I've stitched the stockings, some of the sleeves, the center of these flowers here. You can see on the back. The butterfly is actually going to be outlined along with the wings over here. So that'll be interesting. So there's that one. I started that one December 30th. And I got 142 stitches. Hopefully that'll be another finish within either this month or next month while I work on it at work for my work projects. I have a few more Advent starts that I did towards the end of last year or beginning of this year. This one you've seen before. This is a stamped cross-stitch dimensions kit. Wintry Wolf. This was a gift from my sister. I have not had any work on it from what I showed you last time. It's here, and then they give you a chart to tell you where the colors go. I have only done these stitches down here, like light gray stitches. Very minimal. I did find, part of the reason was the frame I was using wasn't working. I found this, which is like, has it clamped. So I'm going to try to using this to see if I don't get better tension. I might take this to work to stitch on as a work project once I finish the Flower Fairies. I started this one on January 4th of this year. I only have these stitches. These are like 68 stitches in total. Very pretty. I'm excited about working on it, getting some progress on it. The next, I think this might be my last Advent start. It was a Dimensions Gold Petite Kit. Sorry for the rustling. There it is. This is the Midnight Snowman. I've heard these are harder to work on than like the full size gold dimensions. Again, I haven't. No, I don't think I've ever finished a dimensions chart. I'm trying to think. I think the kits that I've worked on have been design works, not dimensions. This hasn't been so hard. I've really only been working on the snow so far. It has a ton of colors. I can show you. Yes, you won't see the chart. This is what it came with. There's so many colors. I think I might have to put these on a floss card. And then it does come with acrylic. So I'm sure that some of that snow is going to be super glittery. It's on this, what size is this? 18 count navy blue Aida. If I had to guess, I would say it's Charles Craft. And so far I've just started here on this corner. Started on the snow. I have no idea if you can hear my stomach or not. I guess I need to stop and eat something after this. But that's where I'm at with that. I started this one January 6th on Three Kings Day. And this was a total of 209 stitches. When I first, I think I mentioned this, but when I first started stitching on this, I don't know if it's just been a minute since I'd done a kit or something, but I like to do the loop start, and on the directions it said to stitch the snow with 3 strands, and I doubled 3 strands of white floss and tried to stitch cross stitches on 1 square of 18 count Aida. I was like, why is this not looking nice? This is so hard. Like, is this what they're talking about when they say these kits are difficult? It's like, no, it was me. I was the problem. So I had to unpick all of that and then go back and fix it. Okay, so then these last few WIPs I've shown in some of my previous videos. These are the new starts that I had in February. Which one do I want to show first? I guess I can go with... Well, the first one I started was for... Wait. Did I just... Okay, there it is. Wait, did I just yeet it into the ether? Okay, here it is. This is... And again, I'll see if maybe I can get my husband to put in a picture. This is my Year of the Dragon. Not Leap Day. Year of the Dragon start for Lunar New Year. This is a piece by Autumn Lane Stitchery. The chart is called The Beauty and the Beast. There's going to be a mermaid here and a sea dragon wrapped around her. She is one of the few Autumn Lane Stitchery charts, like of their regular size. I know their Dark Queen Sal series has a lot of beads in it. They're like kind of like memorabilias as far as like the size and the you know, specialty threads, beads, very intricate, beautiful ladies. These are, and they also have smaller charts, and I think this is the first one I've worked on of their smaller charts that has beads. She has pearl beads wrapped around her tail, so I'll be working on that. I got 10% done when I started it last month, so 1,500 stitches is what all this is so far. I'm hoping to get 10% done every month, and maybe I'll be able to finish her by November, and that'll be open me up some for Christmas stitching. But I started her February 10th, 2024. She stitched on 18 count Ada that I dyed, or with my sister. I think my sister's the one who did it all. She's usually the one who's more creative with colors when we do our dyeing sessions. But I like it. I think it's perfect for this project. And it's been, you know, it is a darker Ada, but I haven't had issues stitching on it. I just need, you know, good lighting. It looks beautiful. Very happy. Looking forward to get that one finished. And then I have one more mermaid of theirs. I gotta go buy the chart after this. I have a goal to stitch all their mermaids. Well, actually, I guess I have two. The Hawaiian mermaid, and they have another one, Siren of the Deep. So I have two. And if they come out with any new ones, best believe I will eventually stitch them. And then this is the last WIP that I have. This is My Nightingale by, it's a Mirabilia by Nora Corbett. I have the chart right here. This is a tablecloth linen that I found while thrifting, and I ice dyed it with black and red RIP powder dye, and it came out to be this nice variegated color. This is in honor of Florence Nightingale. I can read the back of the description. It says, does this one have a description? Inscription? Maybe they're not including it on the charts anymore. You know, they used to have like a little spiel that they would include with the charts. I don't see it back here. If you go on Witchelt's website, they probably have it. Where it talks about how this was inspired by Florence Nightingale. She was a nurse. So the background kind of reminds me of, like, she was a nurse during wartime, I believe. So it's like, you know, and all the chaos of war and all the, you know, pain and injuries she might have treated. She's there with her lantern, you know, with hope and offer aid. So this is the last WIP of the WIP Brigade. I hope you enjoyed it. You'll be getting another one at the middle of the month, or not the middle of the month, the middle of the year, and probably, we'll see. If I'm planning on, I'm most likely probably going to start something else in June. That's my birthday month. So you might have to wait until the end of June for me to do another WIP Parade. But we'll see what stays and what gets added in the next WIP Parade. Thank you for watching. I hope you're staying safe, staying healthy, getting plenty of time to stitch, wind down with some crafting, and hoping your best days are ahead of you.